92.8.
Let's talk education. Let's talk big numbers education. Why Nord Anglia Education has, we understand, been bought by a consortium of shareholders in a deal that values the education group at an incredible, get this, $14.5 billion. Let's get some more details on this deal now. The GM and founder of Which Media, the publishers of Which School Advisor and SchoolsCompared.com, is David Westley. He's been kind enough to join us live on the line this morning. Morning, Dave.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Not great to have you. This one sort of took me a little bit by surprise over the course of the week, and I'm sure it's something that you've been getting more details on. Which schools are involved? It seems like a lot of money for the Nord Anglia brand.
It's a huge amount of money. It's $14.5 billion. It's over double the value that GEMS put on themselves around about 2 years ago. So I don't think anyone would have foreseen that sort of valuation on the Nord Anglia Education Group. I think we've all kind of considered them roughly the same size. I mean, it's all the schools, obviously, worldwide. That's over 80 schools, some 80-odd thousand students, some significant revenue stream, quite stable base of schools. But even so, our kind of back of the cigarette packet calculations estimate there's something like a 16 to 17 times multiple, which is a very high valuation within the education sector, certainly top end.
Consortium of shareholders, we understand EQ2, Neuberger Berman Private Markets, CPP Investment, CF Alba, and of course Dubai Holding. Dubai Holding taking one of the major stakes, is that right?
Yeah, they're one of the four major sort of asset managers that are mentioned in the deal. So you have to expect that that is one of the bigger shareholding groups to take a stake in the company, which is significant because I don't think, as far as I'm aware, I don't think Dubai has taken a stake in any other education group, and there are obviously the other big education groups in this region and in the country. So I think that's a big tick for the Nord Anglia Education Group and what it's done so far within the UAE. It has 4 schools currently, and it's certainly been ramping up its presence. It was first in the UAE in 2009 in Abu Dhabi, added Nord Anglia Dubai in 2014, I believe, and in 2023 added 2 other schools. It acquired the Swiss school, and also launched Nord Anglia International School in Abu Dhabi. So, it's growing already in terms of its presence within the UAE, and I think we're likely to see more.
David, with your understanding of the situation of the sale, what's this sale going to allow Nord Anglia to do?
Well, I mean, all the quotes are really positive. They're all about expansion. So, I think we can safely assume that the strategy that Nord Anglia has, which is basically to expand its presence around the world and in the UAE, to expand its offering, to look for more partnerships. Like it's got a fantastic partnership, for example, with Juilliard and others. I think we'll see more of those. We'll see a greater investment in the schools, which has already been very, very impressive. If you go and have a look around its new Nord Anglia school in Abu Dhabi, or if you go and look at what it's done in the Dubai school, I mean, it's hugely impressive. So the investment has already been there, and we're likely to see a lot more of that investment going forward.
Partnerships, are they key in terms of development moving forward?
I think so, very much, because I think if you look at what Nord Anglia as a brand has done, it's unusual in the sense that, unlike other major global school groups, it doesn't offer a multitude of different types of school. They all tend to be the same type of school. They're all very premium, largely UK curriculum schools that are well known for having a very strong educational offering. And as part of that, basically, they bring in and they use that size that they have, and they bring in these global partnerships, as I say, Juilliard. They also have MIT and others, so that they'll use those very strong those partnerships that they have, that they can then bring across all of those 80 schools that they have around the world. And I think we'll see an increasing number. I think what we'll see is is basically the new shareholders try to grow the revenue stream so that they bring that multiple of 16 down to 14. So I think the only thing that I think we'll see is more Nord Anglia, both in the UAE and globally. And that means trying to strengthen the proposition so that they can get more students in.
David, your advice to worried parents out there, I mean, should parents be worried?
Don't worry at all. I think this is a very good deal. I think it's a very good deal for everyone. It's clearly a very good deal for the company that has exited $5 billion back to its shareholders. It's a very good deal, I think, for its new shareholders. There's lots of opportunities for this company to grow. And I think the way that Nord Anglia will grow is by doing more and better. So I think for everyone concerned, this is a great deal.
Yeah, you mentioned a little earlier on the scope of the Nord Anglia brand, 80 plus schools in 33 countries, educating just over 90,000 students between the ages of 2 to 18. And we know the pressure on the school system here with population growth and demand for places. Is it fair to assume that we could potentially see more Nord Anglia brands on the education landscape here in the near future?
I mean, I personally think we will. I mean, I don't have a magic ball, but I think all the major players are looking at the UAE. It's one of the few markets around the world that, as we all know, that is showing significant growth. We know Dubai's 2030 plan. We know basically its plans for the population, and the other Emirates are also growing as well. So I have absolutely no doubt that we will see more schools from the likes of Nord Anglia coming, and very shortly.
It's a big one, that's for sure. David, obviously schools out for spring break, for Easter, for Eid celebrations and many other festivals as well. Does that mean that Which Media get a break as well?
We never get a break, Tom. Never. So, just as you think it's a break, we get announcements like these. And normally they're timed for Friday, just as we're about to down tools. That we always get these big announcements. So no rest for us. We're making plans basically for the year ahead, which is a very busy one.
Bless you. Thanks so much indeed for your time on a Monday morning. David Westley is the GM and the founder of Which Media. They are the publishers of Which School Advisor and schools compared.com, to mention but a few of their brands.